checkbook out.
All right, we got to get to Mr. Cool here, and if you're listening to the radio, then let me see here.
I see B-Dog in front of me.
Yes, we are back on YouTube.
Do me a favor, honey. Go out there and put those back on the live stream. I've got it here on the computer, and we're back up. I don't know. It just shut down on us there for a second.
There's Mr. Cool.
And so we've got... how you doing, brother? Can you hear us?
Yeah, good morning.
Hey, Callie.
Morning, B-Dog.
Hey.
Morning, J-Man.
Hey, good morning, man.
Morning.
Yeah.
Morning, Golden.
Yeah. Where's our student at this morning?
I just made a call to the house, as we kind of did a little dry run yesterday.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
He's, I was assuming he was ready to go, but he's probably still sleeping.
All right, so here we go.
I think the whole family is still sleeping. I made the call, see if I can wake anybody up and say, hey, we're ready to go.
Yeah. Well, maybe maybe he'll join us shortly here. Then, how about that?
I hope so. I hope they'll get connected here soon. So, anyways, good morning, everybody. This is awesome.
Yeah.
I'm such a big fan of Tiki Man Radio and all you guys. And this is the only venue that I know of that connects fans with the artist. In such an intimate way. I don't know. I always get a little like a deer in the headlight feel when I get a response from like Darby. Hey, good morning, Callie. And like, wow,
very cool.
I have an artist, saying good morning to me. It's like my first cup of coffee, and wow, what a way to wake up.
Well, yeah. Here's what I tell everybody. I'm like, listen, I'm kind of a big deal, okay?
That you are.
That's kind of how it is.
Yeah, but So if you're listening out there, we had a major shutdown there of the YouTube channel right before we go come to Mr. Cool here, and but now we're back up on YouTube. Everything is rolling. You just need to go back to the channel and look for the one that says live, and you'll be able to see us okay there. But we just that happens. For all of you broadcasters out there wanting to go live, then sometimes you run into a little bit of turbulence. You don't panic. You know why you don't panic when you run into turbulence? Because the plane will go down. Okay.
Well, no.
So you got to
roll with it.
You got to be like Mr. Cool here and just keep on rolling. Great shirt, man.
I know.
I tell you what, I'm excited about this, working with these kids. Obviously, hopefully, since it's an afternoon show, like at 7 o'clock or something like that, they'll be able to get up out of bed and be able to come in and actually do the show. That'll give them plenty of time to get their sleep done.
Yeah, that's right. We were just talking about that yesterday about the timing, and definitely. They get out of school at 3:30, and so the Pacific Standard Time. So if we start something at say 4 o'clock, I know for sure that these kids will still be hanging around long enough for me to drag them into the studio and say, "Hey, come on, let's do this." So yeah, that's the work in progress there.
Well, we're going to start out with an hour show, right? Right.
We're going to start with an hour show, and we'll see how as I get more students involved. I've got a small handful that are interested. They love this music. They talk about it. They've asked me from time to time, hey, Mr. McCutcheon, Mr. McKool. I tell them what my name is.
I'm Callie McKool.
Y'all don't know this, but there's billboards all over California that says, Tiki had DJ for an hour #1, and there's a picture of him all over the billboard.
Of course, yeah.
He's a big deal out there too.
Yes, he is.
So.
I'm a star in my own mind, I guess.
Well, we want to thank JBL Legends Travel and Beach Buddha for you guys. I'm really curious. I'm really excited more than anything to see how these kids can do some of the jingles and the commercials. And I was telling everybody yesterday that I just called you out of the blue the other day, and you were talking about you were in between classes or whatever, but the homework assignment was that the kids. Well, you go ahead and tell it. You tell it better than I do.
What was their assignment?
I had them come up with a plug for Tiki Man Radio. I explained to the class, and they're familiar with Tiki Man Radio. They've been I've been talking about Tiki Man Radio for about a year and a half now.
Awesome.
During the pandemic, when we're all at home learning from a computer, I would play Tiki Man Radio most of the time when we're doing like an independent assignment. And so they're familiar with this channel. And I said in the last couple of weeks, about a month ago actually, beginning of December, I said, hey, we've got an opportunity to work with Tiki Man Radio. And so here's an assignment I'm going to give you all. So it was basically, come up with a plug for Tiki Man Radio, and so, some of my students sent you a soundbite. I think I sent you a couple of sound bites.
Yeah,
and,
absolutely.
So that was the start. That was the start of the assignment. And so now, I'm telling them, hey, we have an opportunity to do a weekly show on Tiki Man Radio, and so here's what I'd like to see you guys do. So basically, their challenge, the task is to, again, do a soundbite with a plug-in for Tiki Man Radio and their sponsors that are supporting this whole project.
Sure.
And so they're, we've got they have an assignment to put something together for JBL Legends Travel and Beach Buddha Coffee.
Wow.
So it's going to be cool.
It's very cool.
To what they come up with. They're excited when they get this assignment. I get the chance to let them kind of step outside the classroom, find a nice quiet spot somewhere where it is acoustically, controlled.
Sure.
And they record themselves and they bring it to me and they say, hey, is this okay? I said, yeah, it sounds great. Send it to me. There's your assignment grade. And but this is a new project for them as we're kind of working with you guys and about doing something more long term. So
yeah.
There's more of a commitment from them to do something with Tiki Man Radio. So yeah, that's the assignment at the moment.
Yeah, so here's some extra credit work that was already submitted in, Let me play a couple of them here.
I am a student from Antioch High School in sunny California, and my teacher is Mr. Callie McKool. You all know him as Tiki Head DJ #1. My class likes listening to Tiki Man Radio. Tiki Man Radio, what could possibly go wrong?
All right, there's one of them.
I'm a student from Antioch High School in sunny California, and my teacher is Mr. Callie McKool. You all know him as Tiki Head DJ #1. My class likes listening to Tiki Man Radio.
Yeah.
Tiki Man Radio.
I'm pretty sure he was in the bathroom.
I was
when
about
he
to
did
say, yeah. He was multitasking when he did that one.
He was multitasking. He said, all right, give me 10 minutes and I'll come up with something.
Did you ever think we would have Tiki Man Radio 101 in the classroom?
I kind of like it. I kind of like it.
Very cool.
I think it should be a part of every school, at some point in time or another. So bring some positivity in your life, for God's sakes. That's what it's all about.
Well, yeah.
And, but yeah, we've talked about this and talked about it on and off. And finally, I'm just like, I just want to work with the kids. And if we can, impact one of them or whatever, a group of them, then the world's going to be a better place because they're going to love music. They're going to love doing what they do. And the more they do it, the more they'll like it. It gets in your blood.
Yes. We actually started. I've been teaching for about 10 years, and this will be my 5th year here at this site. And we actually began with some work with a local radio station, and so that was kind of my first taste in radio broadcasting because I'm kind of learning as well as anybody else. I did not come from a broadcasting background. I came from more of a technical computer background, but this new thing that I got into, this opportunity, has really turned me on to combining computers and working with technology and promoting media. And in this case, it's this music that was that I discovered about 6 years ago, and I'm sharing it with these students, and the students are enjoying it. They like it.
That's very cool, man.
It's fantastic. That's the challenge, because nowadays these kids are more into their Spotify accounts than turning into a radio station.
Very true.
So,
yeah,
very true.
We were talking a little bit about that, and so when you mention radio to them, right, like in your car, and all that stuff,
they don't do that.
They're like, what the hell's that?
They put their apps on their radio if they've got a newer car, or they just listen to their Spotify.
I don't ever push that button. I just listen to my own music or Spotify or whatever, and that's kind of the way things, and I've been fortunate enough to be doing this long enough to watch it really evolve. Even with the artists, from CDs and downloads and MP3s, and now we're getting back to albums.
Yep.
They're coming
Full circle.
Yeah, absolutely. So, but technology, the way music is developed and produced, and how it goes out there, and how you're able to get it has changed so much. And these kids are really the future of any type of media, broadcasting, media sports. I mean, you can watch an old football game that maybe 10 years ago on YouTube or something, and just tell the difference in the quality,
Right. Yeah, that's true. So what you are doing on your show, you're combining your YouTube show and you're playing your music 24/7. Is kind of the goal that I have in mind for these students, is to produce or to be involved in this kind of media production. So that's what we're focused on. That's what I'm doing in this school. I'm pretty much working with an academy. We call ourselves Media Tech Academy with Antioch High School, and so we work with all the technologies. We learn about how to plug things together and play the and cover the content. And so the Tiki Man Radio is like our model for what we can do, what we can do if we do it right.
Wow.
Oh, man, that's nice. That's nice. Wow, that's very nice. B-Dog and I was watching football last night, and we were talking a little bit about what you got going on. And we're going to be, obviously I'm going to be sending a lot of music out there to you, but, it'd be kind of cool if we can kind of incorporate, years ago when we had Tiki Island Radio and we had Robbie Collada out on the West Coast, he focused a lot on that West Coast music. And when we're connected, of course, my goal, of course, is to connect the East Coast with the West Coast, take some of the artists that the West Coast have never heard of or whatever, and we can play some of that out there. But it works both ways as well, and out in California, they don't really know what trop rock is. They call it surf rock or something like that. So there's a whole slew of artists out there that we don't know as well that you guys can bring to the radio station and maybe interview them or play their music or whatever, and you'll see once you get the ball rolling. We got to make sure we got a good email address because it's going to blow up. People are going to be sending you all kinds of music.
And that's awesome.
Yeah.
California has great creativity. The whole state, just in every area that's just creativity is abounding out in California.
Absolutely.
Cool.
Yeah.
Well, speaking of, he was talking about, celebrities knowing who he is.
Yeah.
Tim Campbell says, "Good morning, Callie."
Wow. Let's talk about celebrities. Tim Campbell, man.
Well, you notice how the students did their homework, right? You all know him as Tiki Head DJ number 1. Now that's true. You remember when you used to get homework assignments and you say, okay, you have to write this paragraph and it must include this.
Yeah.
That's it. That's it.
But like Tim Campbell, there you go.
He's awesome.
There's a guy who would love to have his music played regularly out there. On the West Coast to a whole other audience that may or may not know. But you and I looked at the numbers 6 months ago. We've got a pretty good following out in California, especially in the L.A. area and the Bay Area. But having a specific show that changes it, right? Having a show, especially something geared around the kids, and then they're going to get their parents and everybody to listen and all that stuff. It changes the whole complexity of what we're trying to do. And to me, it's more about working with the kids than anything.
Yeah, that's awesome, and that's hopefully the angle that I need to find myself some more sponsors for in this area to give them opportunity to support the cause.
Oh yeah, you can't come to the summer party without your own sponsor. I mean, it's kind of it's embarrassing,
Yeah.
You don't want to be a J. You don't want to be a J man over here and no sponsor at all.
Exactly. Yeah. Don't be on my level. You don't want to be that.
My grandfather had a quote that he used when we were all growing up, and of course he had so many grandkids he didn't even know our names. Right? He just said, hey boy, come here. And of course we went. And but it always stuck with me. What he said was, "Don't tell me what you're gonna do. Tell me what you done."
Exactly.
And that changes the whole complexity of people, following through and doing things. Not that I'm just saying that's you, J-Man, but
hey, I'm laying down a demo this week. I'm just saying you're gonna have it in your email this week, so it is what it is.
There you go. but anyway, so go ahead.
I do really want to thank your sponsors. When you first mentioned this idea and that your sponsors were behind it, it really humbled me a lot because, and I've been trying to find my own sponsors, and I sent you one or two, and it's got to be the right fit for what you guys do,
right?
And so when you guys talk about your sponsors supporting this whole idea, I was so humbled and thankful to be able to work with you at this level, and hopefully this will grow and give your music and your vibe more presence out here in the West Coast, because we definitely need that. We need your kind of music out here and this community that you are a part of, and in some respects you are to be credited for building part of that community. I want that to be out here in the West Coast. I'm hoping that we could just spread this positive vibe, kind of music that you promote, and along with the sponsors. So again, thanks for this ability to do something like this with students.
Well, you're very kind. We appreciate the kind words, and we love what we do. And Tiki Man Radio is truly a family of. We don't have listeners as much as we have family. A lot of the people that we know have come through here at some point in time or another, or we've been to their place, or they've been to a show that we've done, and I've been very fortunate to have friends all over the world that like what we do. And we do take it very seriously. We're always working hard behind the scenes to try to improve things, looking for better ideas of this and that and all that kind of stuff. And our sponsors are very important to us, so we're always trying to take good care of them,
Absolutely. And as a response to Tim Campbell, hi there.
Well, I sent him a message and told him. Your people will get back in touch with him. Yeah.
Well, yeah.
Well, Scotty Chill has a message for him because he said,
what's this?
As Tiki Head DJ number one,
he is.
You inspired him, and you're to blame for him having a weekly show now.
Wow, very cool.
Well, Scotty won't come out and say it, but behind the scenes, Scotty's been very supportive of Mr. Cool here, and sending him messages and whatever, and that's I love that behind the scenes things where everybody's kind of working together too.
Yeah, no, he's kind of my mentor because.
Oh, I'm sorry.
That's J-Man.
Yeah. Because of what he's been able to do with his show, he's been able to work so quickly and gather himself support for his show, and I know I've texted him a time or two and said, "How did you do that?" you know. And so he's definitely someone I look up to and ask for, you know, hey, what do you think I should do to make this happen?
Well, deep down inside, Scotty Chill is a very competitive individual.
Yes, he is. I've learned that about him. Yes,
and I am as well. You know, but so whenever you was Tiki Head DJ for an hour, you know, and number one, we got to put that in the disclaimer.
Yes, he is number one.
You know, he was like, "Oh yeah, watch this," you know, kind of thing. So I mean, I know how he works, and I love him for it because I'm the same way. I mean, you know, I wasn't interviewed by a lot of people throughout my career because my career was long with a lot of people. But every once in a while, somebody in the company would want to interview me for a different position. And you know, I would tell them straight out, listen, you don't want to hire me, I'll take your job, you know. So, you know, and that's just the way it is, you know. I mean, you know, when everybody asks me, you know, can you do this? I'm like, I can do anything. Just because I haven't done it doesn't mean I can't do it, you know. So I love that about Scotty Chill, but yeah, he's very competitive.
He does everything with love and fun.
That's right. Oh, yeah. That's right. Yeah. The funny part is seeing him here at the Tiki Bar hit his head on the roof every time he gets in. Yeah. He's a tall drink of water.
He is a tall one.
Yeah.
Well, I apologize for my student. He still is absent. Maybe, I don't know for whatever reason, but this is the young man who wants to be on the radio. He is actually interested in vocal or voice acting.
Oh, okay.
Very cool.
I don't know if you can see his.
Yeah,
his
we can
face,
see it.
but,
Yeah.
And so, unfortunately, I think he's decided to sleep in on a Sunday morning.
Man.
Oh, that's a strike.
Well, this will be a conversation, you know. Monday mornings always come around, you know.
That's right.
Yeah.
That's right.
Well, buddy, we got about 5 minutes here. We got to get ready for that guy coming up. But you tell him we missed him, and you know, maybe we can, you know, if you can corral him around after you get the show going or whatever, maybe we can get them all back on and and do it again. But we're talking about a couple of weeks from now, and it's going to be on a Tuesday. Is that what we said?
Yeah, I think we're aiming for Tuesday.
Oh, very cool.
More like not this Tuesday, the following Tuesday.
Yeah.
Around, I would say the 4 o'clock slot would be the best time to do something with students because they'll still be around to do something for this idea. So
there we go.
Yeah, that's the plan.
I think we're growing so much, we're going to have to start having monthly Zoom meetings to be able to talk.
No, we're not doing that. You know, we're not doing that. We're actually having one right now. But yeah, well, listen, man, I applaud you for taking on the challenge, and what you're doing with those kids is an important thing that you're doing.
Absolutely.
And we really thank you from the bottom of our heart to allow us to be a part of, you know, helping these kids in some form or fashion or whatever, you know, and it really means a lot to all the support that you've given Tiki Man Radio over the years. We really appreciate it, man.
Hey, it's always a pleasure. It's a learning experience just watching you guys do your thing, and I enjoy watching the mistakes. Because I get to, you know, share that with my students. Say, this is how you handle problems.
Oh, yeah.
If he's talking about mistakes, he must be watching my show then.
Well, I mean, here we are, you know, I'm watching the clock. I'm trying to get Z and G in a little bit, you know, and I'm watching the clock and I'm seeing them, and then boom, the computer says, all right, I need more quarters. So you just never know what's going to happen. You know, it happens to the best of us, you know, so it is what it is. It's how you handle it, knowing how to overcome it is the whole ballgame, you know.
Right.
Speaking
Man Radio, search the West Coast. What could possibly go wrong?
Exactly.
That's right. That's
Connecting
right.
the east to the west. That's what it's all about.
Which, by the way, we did registered Tiki Man Radio as a registered trademark, and it's accepted. And we've also we're waiting on the approval for What Could Possibly Go Wrong and Coastal Americana Radio. So all those have been sent in, and we're waiting on the approval and all that stuff.
There you go.
Cool.
But It's all good stuff. More details to follow with that. But speaking of mistakes here, we're going to go ahead and bring him on there.
Guy's got to be coming up here. Yeah.
Yeah. Can you hear us, brother?
Yeah, I can hear you. I'm no mistake. Let me tell you.
He's on time.
I knew you were going to say something.
I had to, man. I had to.
As soon as he said mistakes, I'm like, oh, they're going to pick on me.
Well, I wanted Mr. Cool here to see your big hat you got on there.
Got the pimping hat.
He does. He's got his big hat on.
Hey, Callie, I got to tell you, I put on my big hat because I was hiding the braids that I have underneath.
This happened in Mexico on a beach. I went to sleep and I woke up with braids in my hair. How did that happen? I don't know.
Next week, I'll have my beard braided.
There you go. All right, brother. Thanks, Callie. We got to get rolling here with that guy. But man, we'll be in touch. We'll talk some more, and I got some music headed your way, brother. Okay.
All right. Thank you, sir.
Tell them kids to buy a damn alarm clock. They still sell them at Walmart. Okay.
You got that.